fuck them designer fits. I want me like 100K. It's not even Pepsi. It's juice. And that's not our car either, so shh. Go dumb, but I ain't no fool. I be peeping niggas, watch how I move. I got the drip like juice. I'ma make the pretty hoes choose. Ay, bitch, I'm in my vibe, I'm in my groove. Ay, take notes, I'll show you how to groove. Ay, I'ma mix this Henny with the boot. I'ma tell your bitch to let it loose. Way before we start wearing these masks, y'all was too close. Pac-Man strap, keep that fire like Zuko. And I inked on my face cause I like my space. So if it ain't about no money, get the fuck up out the way. I got some shit to do, my nigga got no time to play. Fuck them designer fits, I need me like 100K. I want my weed loud nigga off that, what he say? Bought a ticket just to fuck her on the holiday. Want me down bad, but that pussy good, so namaste. I need chips like I'm really trying to show you where to put it at. Ooh, I'm trying to make a movie, what the fuck we gon' do? She telling me that we could be some business tycoons, so I'ma keep the pussy dripping just like juice. Go dumb, but I ain't no fool. I be peeping niggas, watch how I move. I got the drip like juice. I'ma make the pretty hoes choose. Ay, bitch, I'm in my vibe, I'm in my groove. Ay, take notes, I'll show you how to groove. Ay, I'ma mix this Henny with the boot. Ay, I'ma tell your bitch to let it loose. I got the drip like juice. I got the drip like juice. Watch how I move. Watch how I move. Watch how I move. Watch how I move. Watch how I move.
Yo, what's good? What's good? It's the Business Decision Sports, where we having casual debate with the casual fan. It's your boy Black. And guess what? Gang in here. We got gang in here. We got Big Josh. We got Big Cat. And we got Poppy Blanco. What's good with my guys?
What's happening with it, fellas? What's good?
Yeah, how's everybody doing today?
Good. So we
Yeah,
got a good Tuesday today. This is the what the hell Tuesday edition. We just gonna kick back, talk about a couple topics. We're gonna talk about can a woman coach an NBA team to a championship? We're gonna talk about Draymond. Does Draymond hurt the team? Is he gonna cost the Warriors a championship, or is it possible? What else we got going on? We're gonna talk about that top 5 Mount Rushmore. I've been hearing that about, if Steph Curry is he squeezing into there. So we hang in there, and then we got a couple more loose topics that we're gonna talk about. So let's jump right into it. What are we gonna talk about first? Let's talk about the Mount Rushmore, guys. Let's just get to it. So we were talking yesterday, and I saw also on some other sports outlets that if Steph Curry wins the championship, and we're assuming if he wins the championship and he gets the MVP final, does that move him into your top 5 on your Mount Rushmore, your personal Mount Rushmore? And we're gonna go clockwise. We'll go with Josh first on this one. And what do you think? Give us your top 5, and if Steph is in there, tell us why, and if he ain't, tell us why not.
All right. First, when people say, as I pointed out in another thread that I was on as well, when people say Mount Rushmore, that's 4.
Okay.
But top 5, I don't have him. I wouldn't have him top 5. He's definitely cracked top 10, even without the title. Like, I saw some of the discussion. But even without that, I don't have him in top 5. The 5 for me, Jordan, in no order. I'm not giving an order, so don't crucify me. Jordan, LeBron, Bird, Magic, Kareem. And that's not even with Bill Russell's not in there. Duncan, Kobe. I would probably have Steph in that tier with those guys. He would have to go if he goes on a bananas run and he finishes like the all-time leading scorer, something like that, he has a long career where he does something like that, we can have a discussion at that point. But there's got to be more titles. He's got a great resume. Top 10. I would argue he's top 10. Not in the top 5 though. He's got a little bit to go to crack that.
Okay, so your top 5 was what again?
Jordan, LeBron, Magic, Kareem. And I realize a lot of people are gonna be like, "What about Bill Russell?" I got him just out.
Okay.
He'd be 6th. He'd be the 6th man award in my eyes.
Okay. All right. I can see where you going there. All right. So what about you, Big Cat?
Man, when you say top 5, that's a hard category to put anybody in. But like Josh said, not in any kind of order, but we're gonna go with Jordan. We're gonna go with both the MJs, Magic and Mike. And then you can't. I don't know why everybody keeps sleeping on Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell. I mean, it is kind of close, but I'm gonna go with Michael and Magic, and then the next 3. I mean, it's kind of like a toss, so you can't go wrong with any one of the next 3. We can go with Russell, we can go with Duncan. Kobe gonna have to be in there on 6. I can't leave Kobe. I mean, I'm gonna have to leave him off the top 5, but that's for defensive purposes because if you got Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell down there, and you got Magic and Jordan up top, you can really plug in whoever you want at the 4 or the 3. It's gonna be a cakewalk for anybody they play. I mean, that's just simple mathematics. Now, I also forgot about KD. So you can't forget about KD. I mean, it's a bunch of factors in there, and I know I might be one of the oldest ones on the panel. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good thing. So I'm able to remember all them old cats and not just think about today's generation. So my top 5. Mm, Jordan, Magic, Kareem, uh, yeah, I'll go with Duncan, Russell. I mean, it's a toss up. I can't go wrong. It's
Okay.
hard to pick top 5.
Timmy D.
That mountain's gonna be a big mountain because
Okay, so you got Tim. No LeBron. I didn't hear LeBron in there. Jordan. Who else you say? Magic.
you can't forget about Magic. I don't
And
know
who
why
else?
everybody keeps sleeping on Magic.
And who else? And what was
Wilt
your other two?
Chamberlain.
Oh,
Wilt, you got to go with Wilt. How many 100 points games he have?
one or something, but okay. And what was your
Wasn't
last?
one.
Oh, I don't know. And who was your last one?
I'll slide KD in there somewhere.
Oh, okay. All right, Bobby Blanco.
I'm amazed that my friend Josh and my man Cat just disrespecting my man LeBron just now, man. But okay, I get it. I get it right for both of you. I get it right for the whole panel, man. Man, number one, the goal.
Josh did say LeBron.
Oh, okay. He cut off for 1 minute. That's why I probably didn't hear that part.
Oh,
Okay.
how you gonna throw me under the bus like that? But I mean, look, I don't have him as my GOAT. That's a different conversation. But he's in my 5. I can't leave him out.
In the top 5 of everybody, this how everybody list should be, man. Number 1 is Jordan, right? Number 2 is LeBron. I don't know how somebody say that LeBron is not there, man. LeBron, number 3, we're gonna put the man Kareem. A lot of people would be disrespecting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar all the time. They be leaving him out, stuff like that. Number 4, I will go with Will Chamberlain, man. He be getting disrespected too. He got every offensive record ever existed, man. He got every record pretty much. And number 5, I will go with Magic. And because even Magic said it himself that he was that LeBron is better than him, and no, I don't think people can argue that, bro. Like because LeBron is a better Magic all around, everything.
What? LeBron is a better Magic than Magic.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
yes.
Poppy, you had a good weekend last weekend. Huh?
That boy
The man Magic said it
He had a
himself,
good
man. Like, yo,
weekend,
I
man.
wish I can play like that man, right? Bro, LeBron is
And
a
he
better
always
Magic than
gonna
Magic.
say that. He
Well,
always gonna
listen,
say that. Did you forget
no,
Magic changed
no.
the game?
he said the
Magic
same
was
thing
the
about
first
Kobe.
16 point guard that ever came in the league. What are we talking about? And he played
Le-
all 4 or 5 positions to win the championship his first year in the league. What are we talking about?
LeBron played 5 positions actually too. If you
I
forget
don't
when he
remember
played in
him
the
playing
final.
the 5. I don't
Well,
remember
he
him playing
played.
the
He
5
did
position and
well
winning the
against the
He did.
final.
championship.
Against the finals, against the Spurs. Go back.
As a
I dare
rookie,
you to go. I dare.
did he do it as a rookie? Magic did all his
I don't
when he
care
was
what,
a
if he did it
rookie.
as a rookie or not.
So
All
don't
I know,
come
he
on,
did it.
man. You can't stick him in there. You can't stick him in there.
He played
You
defense
can't
on
stick.
Team
You can't.
Duncan's on the finals against the Spurs. That's what I seen. I seen that.
Did they win? Did they win?
Yes, that was the final when Ray Allen hit that 3. He played different from Tony Parker all the way to Tim Duncan. I seen that with my own eyes.
You seen
And
it
Ray
with
Allen hit a 3. If Ray Allen hit the 3, that means Boston won, right?
No, when
No,
he
you
was
talk
playing
about
Miami.
Miami. You
Oh,
Ray
talk about
Allen.
Miami.
Miami.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Some will say Ray Allen bailed LeBron out and got Miami a
Ah,
title.
Of course he did.
let's
Everybody
not go
bailed
there.
LeBron.
Let's not go
Everybody
there,
bailed
family,
LeBron
because
out.
for real,
I
let's
didn't
not
hear
go
him
there
say
because
LeBron hit the 3. I heard him say Ray Allen hit the 3.
Yeah, wait.
well, I don't care because the same thing happened to Jordan. Steve Kerr hit a 3 to bail them out. John Paxson hit a 3 to bail them out. We're gonna talk about that too. Everybody need help, bro. Everybody need
Where
help,
was
man.
now you got me. Now I'm gonna get roped in. All right, where's LeBron's iconic shot?
Uh-oh.
He got more game
Iconic
winners than
shot.
Kobe
He don't have
Kobe and
one.
Michael Jordan put together. So he got a lot of those.
Where is his iconic shot to win a title? I got one for Jordan.
Which one?
With the pose.
Oh, Jordan got a
That
couple
wasn't for the
of
title. That wasn't for the title, brother.
Jordan got
Get it
a
right.
couple of them.
Yes, it was. They won Game 6 to beat the Jazz in Utah.
Oh, okay. Now I thought you no. I thought you talked about the pose against the Cleveland. That was in the play. My bad. My bad. You're
Oh,
right.
no,
You're
no,
right.
no, no, no. He got the
Because
pose.
it's just so
He
many
even
poses
stood
with
there.
him doing that. I mean,
Exactly.
His
That's what I
wrist,
got
his wrist
confused.
looked broke.
Okay, so
So hard.
let me give y'all my Mount Goatmore list. You know I gotta go with. I'm gonna go with Bill Russell.
Oh god.
Gotta go with Bill Russell. I gotta go with Michael Jordan. I gotta go with Tim Duncan. I gotta go with Kobe Bryant. You know I gotta go with Kobe. He right next to Jordan peeking over his shoulder. Because you're right, it is 4 on the Mount Rushmore. So I threw Kobe in there. I made it 5 so Kobe could be in there. And of course,
Jesus
number
Christ.
4, you gotta go with Curry GOAT. You gotta go with Curry. You know Curry is in that top 5. You know Curry is in that top 5. Curry is in
Come
that
on,
top 5
man.
because
he's
first
biased, man.
first
He's
of all,
biased. He's
first of all,
biased.
if
He's
we're gonna
biased.
put LeBron in there, right? How many
I didn't.
hold on, how many titles did Curry get off LeBron? How many titles have LeBron lost because of Curry? Curry has overshadowed LeBron's career. Curry has to be in there, and we're gonna throw LeBron in there. Curry definitely has to be in there because if there is an arch nemesis to LeBron, it is Curry. And I
So
don't
that
know
means
Go ahead.
so that means you gotta push him down below Magic.
Who.
Curry.
No,
He
LeBron.
ain't got more championships than Magic, and
It's
he
not
ain't
about,
been more times than Magic.
it's not about just more championships.
All right, hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on, what
If
are
I
we
may,
talking
Black.
about here?
First, that is bias on 2 levels. One, bias towards the Warriors, which we all can joke about. 2, that's absolute recency bias.
Recency
Putting him
bias,
in
how?
top 5. But hey, that's all right. But here, I'm going to read you a quote. I actually have a quote pulled up here, and I don't know what the panel thinks of Bill Simmons.
Mhm.
He has his own rankings and stuff, but he did update his list at the end of last year, and he put quote that he thinks Curry belongs in the big pantheon of group. This group is 16, as he talked about. But in that quote, he said that he thinks Curry belongs in this large group, and it's not recency bias with his resume and the way he shoots the basketball and his transformation of basketball. But the direct quote I want to read is, LeBron is the most successful and best basketball player of the last 20 years. But the impact Curry's had on basketball ranks up there with Russell, Wilt, Magic, Bird, and Jordan. So he has to be part of this pantheon. That's him talking about him in his top 16. You've got that man up on 5 ahead of guys
Absolutely.
like
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shaq.
The guy that gets disrespected when we talk about old timers, Oscar Robertson.
Okay.
That boy had a resume, triple doubles left and right. You got him ahead of Duncan. You got him ahead of Bird.
No, I got him in the same group, but I got him ahead of Bird. Yes. Look, all the players. Look, this is kind of how my thought process was. This, like, all the players that came before us, it's hard for us to quantify that because we didn't really watch them play. We don't know the skill level, but we do know that there's a certain level of respect. So you can throw Bill Russell in there, you could throw Kareem in there, you could throw Wilt in there, you could throw a lot of people in there that we didn't watch. There's probably some sleepers in there that we don't know about because we didn't grow up in that era. So I had to pick somebody that represent that era. That person would be Bill Russell. Now, the next era of player that changed everything, Jordan changed the game. He was a game changer, so that's like a no-brainer. Okay, Tim Duncan, this man won a championship in every decade that he was in. He was consistent. He was quiet. He didn't really lose a lot of championships. There was nobody really better than him when he was playing this position. So you got to put him in there. Okay, who else I got in there? I had who I got?
LeBron and Curry.
No, I didn't have LeBron in there.
Oh, you didn't have LeBron in there. You
had
Curry
in there, and I had Kobe. And so I got Kobe in there because over LeBron, because for one, Kobe got a better finals record than LeBron. Y'all can say about the clutch shots, all that other stuff. We're talking about impact of game. And Kobe had an impact of game. Maybe it's arguable that LeBron has the same, if not bigger, impact of the game, but okay, those two are arguable. I could argue that with y'all. I could put LeBron in there on an argument for sure. But as far as Curry, he changed the game. So all those players I named changed the game in their own way during their time. So they're the elite of their time. So that's why I'm putting Curry in there. And you can't put LeBron in there without putting Curry in there because Curry got a lot of his championships from LeBron.
But couldn't you then make
you forgot to mention that the man had an overloaded thing too. So because when it was 3-star, against 3 stars, they split 1-1, and then the ultimate killer, which is KD, came to all this thing. He was lights out. Throw that in there. So at that point, it was 4 stars against 1. That's when Kyrie Irving left. Don't forget to mention that, please.
No, I'll also throw in there that LeBron cried to the commissioner once the game was over and got Draymond kicked out of a game, unprecedented in any NBA finals.
We don't got proof for that, brother.
And so that threw off everything, and we lost a title because of that. So we gotta throw it all in there. We're gonna throw it in there.
Okay, which one is worse, Black? Which one is worse, Black? Like force all-star players Gangino against 1, because you forgot about the last 2 finals, right? I mean, one of them was with Kyrie, and the other one was without Kyrie. Like, I want to have you on the record. I want you to tell me, was that fair? Yes or not? Did LeBron James have any chance to win?
What are you talking about? LeBron had Kyrie Irving. He had your boy that was what's his name?
Kevin Love.
Yeah, Kevin Love. These is players that was prime of their on their team.
But
Let's
I'm
see.
trying to say, how did everybody keep leaving out Magic? Everybody keeps saying
Oh no,
Curry changed the game. Curry did change the game, but what did Magic do for the game? What was the first time you seen a 16 point guard in the game controlling the whole game from jump ball
I got him in there.
to the I ain't heard nobody.
But
Everybody
that
talking
would
about everybody else. What
but
it,
I
that
what
did
it,
mention
see,
the number 5
y'all
on my
just
list.
disrespect
but,
Magic
but
like Magic didn't do nothing for the game.
no, see,
I
that's not
mentioned
the
him.
argument. That's
he
not the
Crutch
argument if he did anything for the game. It's like if he
in
had
my
the
five.
top five impact on the game. Is the game
What
is the
you mean? He didn't?
it's
He
arguable.
ain't had no. He ain't had no
You
impact on the
argued.
game.
Shit, that
I didn't
Lakers show
I,
was
I,
thanks
didn't
to Magic.
I didn't say he didn't have an impact on the game. What I'm saying is
Could it be said that? Could it be said that Magic and Bird saved basketball? Because there was a time
Yep.
where in the early '80s, basketball wasn't, and Bird and Magic took it to a different level, and that was starting with that with the Final Four appearance, and then
Right.
Yep.
the '80s they lifted basketball to heights. What Jordan did was he took what Magic and Bird did by saving it, and he catapulted it into another stratosphere. But the
Jordan
NBA may
make
not
it
be the NBA.
global.
and so Curry is having in a whole nother universe now. What do you so all that
I
what
hear
you
you,
guys are
but
talking
we're talking
about
about like Magic
Curry has done all that and some for basketball.
Curry ain't did no more than what
saved
Jordan did
basketball.
for
I think
basketball.
I
basketball.
wouldn't say
Let's
he
put it this
saved
way:
basketball, but he made
Curry
it
ain't did
global.
no more than what Jordan did for
He made it
basketball.
global.
He
the
was
game's already
already global
global.
because of Michael
No,
and Magic and
no, what?
Bird.
If you're gonna hold
No,
on
no.
now, you vaulted Curry up. You vaulted Curry up because you said he's LeBron's foil. You have
No,
Magic in
that's
there,
one
correct?
reason.
You have Magic in there, correct?
I don't.
No, he didn't have Magic in
He
there.
doesn't,
I
so
don't.
you don't have Magic in the who arguably was either one or two of it, the top player of the '80s, or you could say Bird, who by the way was 3-time champ, 3-time back-to-back MVP, all NBA, the legend.
Tim Duncan got
Curry
way more
before
accolades.
Curry.
So why y'all didn't say Tim Duncan then? Because Tim Duncan got all of that too.
Duncan's in
Tim
that
Duncan.
next tier for me. He's like in that 6 to 10 because he's in that same tier. My personal all-time favorite player is Shaq. Love Shaq. I never had, I went from an era where I watched the Jordan Bulls. I didn't have a team. I'm in Pittsburgh. We don't have a team. I watched the Jordan Bulls, and I saw a kid come out at the Orlando Magic, and I saw everything on commercials and stuff, and I'm a 12-year-old kid, and it's Shaq. And so Shaq was it for me, and I watched his career. I don't even have him in anywhere near my top 5, and he was dominant. Him and Kobe was beautiful to watch. But
It was Shaq. It was Shaq. Let's no
you're
throw Kobe in
So
there.
you saying
Shaq was the main force in there. Let's no throw Kobe in there. Kobe
I
was a
agree.
bench rider. Kobe was a bench rider the first 2 years. Let's state the facts. Eddie Jones had Kobe in the bench.
I'm not trying to discount Kobe in any way. What him and Shaq made was some beautiful music together. It's sad how it ended, but that is. But you're trying to prop Curry up and give him this thing about being LeBron's foil. Tim Duncan can also be argued because he beat LeBron twice, if I'm not mistaken, 3 times in the finals, correct? Once with Cleveland, and then twice. And then I know he beat him once in Miami. Did he beat him twice with Miami? I think they
Once.
evened up.
Once.
But he still beat him twice. And he's
Twice,
got
yeah.
a far better resume as it sits right now than Steph Curry does. If you're going resume, Duncan's got a better resume than Steph Curry overall right now.
Okay, so
I don't think so.
hey, what's LeBron record in the finals?
I don't care. He made it their 10th. What is it? 40 and 6.
Now we don't.
What
care.
is his for?
So now
how many things?
Yeah, man.
So
Bro, he made it there. Bro, what are you talking about? Like,
he got a participation.
Calm down, Poppy. I didn't say he didn't make it there.
I'm trying to figure out where in life did it happen where you can have a losing record or something but be the greatest. Like when did that happen? I didn't get that memo.
no, listen, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say, man. Okay, well, the first time that LeBron went to the finals was in 2007, right? The man was 22 years old, bro.
So
Nobody expected that man to be the San Antonio Spurs with like 3 Hall of Famers plus a Hall of Famer coach. Let's be realistic here, people. He, LeBron got swept. He's supposed to get swept, bro. Come on, man. Let's be real. Then
look,
the only time that I hold LeBron accountable is when he lost against Dallas, bro. With that loss right there, had me feeling salty because he let a white boy that shoot like one-legged jump chops all day long beat him. That right there had me mad as hell, bro. Like that's only LeBron record. That's the only black thing on LeBron record, man. Like he let Dirk Nowitzki beat him up. I didn't like that.
he lost to a Warrior team that hadn't been in the playoffs in 40 years.
Bro, that thing was stacked. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute, the Warriors was not stacked when they won their first championship. Like y'all act like KD.
Curry coming out party, Clay coming out party, Drake coming out party, Iguodala coming out the bench. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute, all those players were.
And time out before you go. Listen, don't embarrass yourself, Black. Don't embarrass yourself. Let's remember this. Kyrie didn't play on that finals, and the main Love didn't play in that final either, bro. The LeBron's second best player was some guy named an Australian little kid. I forgot his name. Matthew Dillon. I don't even know how to say his name.
Deladova.
Yeah, dude. Do you expect that man to beat that? To beat the good Golden State Warrior team with the Australian kid, bro? Come on, bro. Let's be real.
The Warriors didn't even have a name for themselves at that time.
Oh my God, really? They won 67 games for a reason. They won 67 games that year.
And the reason why they popular is because you're looking at it in hindsight. Look at what it is. They built their team organically, and they proved themselves through LeBron. LeBron was supposed to be the GOAT even at that time. So now I'll give it to you. You're right. Kyrie wasn't there. Okay, you can put it on.
And Love did it. And Love got hurt in the first game.
And then on the flip side, you can't sit there and say, all right, well, when Kyrie hit the game winner and then Kevin Love is still on that team, you're going to come back and say, well, LeBron was the only one on that team. Like, no,
they were evenly matched at that point. 3-star against 3-star. And that's why Golden State went and called that man. They went and called that monster called Kevin Durant. Told him, yo, come play with us because we know we cannot beat this man no more. The way that we are right now, we cannot beat him.
What do you mean we couldn't beat him? We was already 1-1. So what do you mean at that?
Because the man was playing. Okay, bro. Okay, you're missing my point. Let me explain.
KD was a free agent, so we supposed to be like, oh, we already got something going, so we shouldn't have to go after KD, even though we can get him.
No, I didn't say that.
It's not.
I know the pitch sell. I know how the pitch sell went down. The pitch sell was like, yo, KD, look, you don't got no rings, bro. And listen. LeBron, the way that LeBron is and the way that Kyrie play, we cannot beat these niggas no more, man. Come play with us, bro. Bro, listen, after that 2016 final where they went 7 games, bro, Golden State knew they couldn't beat LeBron no more the way they were built. That's why they went and got the man, bro. That's why.
That's
okay, all right.
That's definitely not it. Now, we got him because we could, and that made it easy. It was almost like a cheat code. Yeah, I get it, but it's not like
you're making my point.
It's not like we needed KD though. That's the whole thing.
Really,
KD needed us more than we needed KD. Sorry,
y'all needed each other. I don't want to hear that. Y'all needed each other equally.
And it's being shown right now that KD needs us more.
The first final y'all won, bro. Y'all won because LeBron was playing by himself. Can we admit to that? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, all right.
I don't know why you keep trying to argue with this dude, man. We already know it's biased, man.
No, it ain't biased. It's just facts. This is facts.
No, it's not fact because you know that Kyrie got hurt on the first game and Love didn't play. So obviously it was 1 all-star against 3. So cool, they won, right? And the second final round when it was evenly matched, when all the stars played, who won? goddamn the Cavaliers, bro. And
Okay.
after that, bro, you know that, bro.
All right, and then if LeBron didn't cry to the commissioner, we would have beat them 4-1 that 71 year. That year we got what 61 wins or
But
70.
probably, but listen, coulda, shoulda, woulda, bro.
73 wins.
Yeah, 72. You're right. Hey, so that's what I'm saying. So we could throw if those all those things in there and say if it wasn't for this or wasn't for that.
But what you're saying is not realistic, though. You sort of say that LeBron didn't cry to the commission. I'm telling you facts that
That's
happen in the
exactly what
court.
he did. That's exactly what he did. We know you
I-
know that's what happened. You know exactly. But that's cool though. That's cool. That's what make it arguable. Josh, you had a point.
While you guys were going on about the LeBron versus the Warriors, Duncan's resume. I'm going to read a couple numbers off to you. 15-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA, 5-time NBA champ, 15-time All-Defensive, 2-time MVP, 3-time Finals MVP. Curry don't have all that. He don't have that resume. Not like that. And Duncan was in the era of Shaq and Kobe. Transition into LeBron's era. Been there for all that. He was battling dudes like Kevin Garnett. I think Duncan is the one that's getting slighted. Even though I said earlier I felt wrong leaving Bill Russell off. I see Duncan on a lot of these lists that I'm pulling up just to reference in the 8 to 10 range, and I'm looking at that resume, and I'm like, maybe he should be top 5.
But wait a minute. I think just the other day that I think Poppy said, "Hey, Curry got caught for one Finals MVP, right? So he should have had the first one, right? So you would agree with that one, right?
Yes.
So then we're assuming that for this argument that he wins this year with the MVP. That would be 2, right? And then the 2 with KD, he was really the co-MVPs. So those are 2 halves. So that's really like 3 of them, really.
Oh,
that's really like.
How are you gonna give somebody something they don't got, bruh?
That's really
How
like.
are you gonna give somebody something
really
they
like
don't
3.
got, man? Come on, man. Here we go with the participation trophies again, man. Come on.
And he had a.
Cut it out.
And nobody's ever had
Black,
unanimous. Nobody had unanimous MVP. So
Black,
none of the people you just named, none of the people.
I understand you want your boy in there, man, but you can't leave Magic out. Period. None of y'all can leave Magic out of your top.
I know. I got Magic in there, brother. I got Magic number 5.
Let me tell you why I didn't have Magic in there. This is the reason
because you're trying to sneak Curry in there.
Nope.
You trying to sneak Wardell in there. You trying to sneak Wardell in there. You trying to sneak Wardell in there instead of putting Magic in.
No, because I would take out Kobe then. Because Curry.
No, you can't take Kobe out.
Yeah, I would.
Kobe's not on that list, bro.
If I had to take somebody out, I would take out Kobe. But the reason why I don't have Magic in there because he didn't have a complete career. Had he had a complete career,
what?
It'd be arguable for me. No, that's
even for him not to have a complete career. He went to 9 NBA finals. He was 20 years old when he won his first one.
How many?
He won 5.
All them ages and all that
stuff.
What are we
talking about?
So what?
What do you mean it don't matter?
How many did he lose?
What are we playing the game for then?
How many did he lose?
Hold up. If we're talking
about the ones 4. If he won 5, he lost
4. He was almost 500. So had he kept playing, let's say he would have lost another championship. He'd have been 5.
What if he'd have won another one? What if he didn't won another? Why you keep talking about losing? He didn't lose too much.
Hold on.
That makes my whole point. My whole point is his career was incomplete, so I can't tell you what would have happened. So being that I can't, he's out.
Black, you're my dude. But hold on,
because anybody, to me, anybody that has a 500 resume or under 500 resume, you can't be top 5. Sorry.
Hold on. Now you got me stumping for Magic. He lost to Jordan's Bulls, the Bad Boy Pistons, and the Celtics.
Here we go.
Steph Curry lost to the Toronto Raptors.
Okay.
He was injured. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget Clay wasn't there. Let's forget KD wasn't there. Come on. Man.
Injuries happen. Top 5 player though of all time to be able to beat the Raptors.
Everybody needs help, man. Let's start
That's
there.
why.
You
I don't care
right.
how
You
much of a
right.
good player.
Kareem needed help. So you right. Exactly. In saying that,
But you're talking about Steph. Steph right now is what 3-2 in the finals.
What is he three?
Yes.
3-2. Yep.
That's just above
So,
500 right now, and we're
so
talking about.
but remember, we phrased this conversation by saying, assuming that the Warriors win this championship and he's the Finals MVP, that would make him 4-2 in Finals.
So
So
what I should have let off the caveat with this whole conversation was, you know what assuming does, right?
no. Ass out of you, not me. Nah, but I'm just saying, if you have a 500 record and Magic could have had a 500 record, that's why. I mean, I'll get him in the top 10. He can start off the next mountain. You know,
cut it
All
out.
right,
put
then
him
let
on
me
there.
ask you this. Let me flip it
Cut
for
it
you. Then
out.
let me turn the hypothetical around though.
Let's go.
What do you say if they make it to the finals?
And they
The
lose.
Celtics or the Heat in 6 or 7 games,
And they lose.
and he's now 3-3 in the finals. How far does he drop down from? Like right now, if he wins, you've got him in the 5.
Yeah, he would not
My
be
question
top
to you
5.
would be right, but my question would be, how far would he drop down? How big of
Maybe
an impact would this loss have?
Well, I can't drop him to the bottom of the 10 because his career is still, and he still has like next year or whatever. So, but it would drop him like to the first tier of the 6 through 10, like within 6 to 8. He'll be like within 6 to 8, somewhere in there. He wouldn't be 9 or 10.
That's my bro, boy. That's my
So
bro.
that's what it would be, because he's like that would make him 500, but he's still
I,
better than
I would
LeBron,
agree.
because LeBron.
Hey,
Oh
hey.
my God. Oh my God. Stop it,
Oh,
bro.
Black.
Come on, man.
This is
He's
that
still
hill,
better
huh?
than
This is
LeBron.
that hill you're
And
gonna
so,
die
so
We
on.
need to,
now,
yo, bro. I know you from the Bay Area, but we need to start. Nobody in the right mind will say Steph Curry's better than LeBron. Like, come on, bro. Come
no,
on, man. I know you a good fan, bro, but we gotta be
no,
realistic here.
we're not talking about if they were to play 1-on-1, and even if they play 1-on-1, I mean, like, I don't
The
even know.
only thing Curry's better than LeBron is at shooting. That's it, bro. What are you
Are you
talking about?
the only thing he better than LeBron is shooting?
He's at
Okay,
shooting. That's it. There's nothing else that Curry's better than LeBron, bro.
yeah, leading his
I just
team
want to
to
get this
championships.
Really?
on the
Okay.
record.
All
He's
right.
better than doing that. And speaking of leading the team to championships, we're gonna pivot off of that one. And speaking of the pivot, did y'all see the pivot today that premiere that had Caitlyn Jenner on it? Oh,
Oh my God.
Nah.
if they got the chat open on there from when they played it, the chat had me dying. They were roasting the show. It was crazy. But to pivot on to championship, Draymond. We've been watching Draymond go off, right? And I heard a few things about, the refs getting him a little bit lenient, saying he barking. And I was talking about how he cost the Warriors a championship because of his antics. What do you guys think about LeBron? I mean, now you got me talking about LeBron. What do you guys think about Draymond and his antics? And will it come back to hurt the Warriors in this championship run at all?
I don't
I
think
mean,
so because what's his name? Draymond Green. They need Draymond to be Draymond. That's the engine of that thing, bro. He's the transmission of that thing, bro. And if he be any less than that, the thing feed off him. So you gotta take the good with the bad, bro. Just because he's wild like that, he always in your face. If he stop being that, that's the day when they're gonna have to when Golden State gonna have to trade pretty much Draymond Green out of Golden State. Like you gotta take the good with the bad. That's how it is, bro. That's how it is. Just like when Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Like they got. I don't know if y'all watched the last documentary when they say Michael Jordan was punching teammates in the face and all of that. Hey, yeah, I don't think you should be punching your teammates in the face, but hey, Steve Kerr made that 3, so I guess punching him in the face was a good thing, I guess.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, in your estimation, Draymond's antics already cost the Warriors a championship.
It
So,
has.
I mean, would it happen? Sure. Do I expect it or think it's going to happen? No. I think I think Draymond knows what was lost the last time, and I'm sure he to this day, if you gave him some truth serum, and you sat him down, in a non-taped environment, you got a chance to ask him one-on-one, hey, what's one of your biggest regrets besides the whole him and KD beef? I would argue him getting suspended for those couple of games to let Cleveland back in that series would probably be like top of his tier. So it wouldn't shock me if it was in part of the game plan of Boston or Miami in the finals, whoever they face, to maybe kind of needle him a bit, force him into some foul trouble and do some have a brain explosion. It only takes one.
Okay, Steph, what you think?
I don't think he's gonna do it, man. I think he'll be able to hold his composure and do what he do. Like Josh said, he learned his lesson last time, and Steve Kerr even said they know when to pull the strings on him. Whatever happened last time happened last time. It's a new day, new era. So he gonna hold his composure. He may get another tech. He not gonna get it to where he gonna get thrown out another game. He's not gonna let that happen.
Yeah, but I believe if he get like another tech, he gets suspended a game or something like that.
He only got one more to get.
Well, let's look that up. But I know he
I
got a
believe
double.
that. I'll take a look
Well,
for you. Go ahead,
Yeah.
bud.
I
if
think
he
he
only
need two
got
more.
one
I
more
think
to
he need
get,
two more
then he
technical
won't
fines.
get no more.
If
I think he needs two more technical.
If he needs two more, then he might be able to handle that. But if he needs one more, I think he's going to end up costing us a game, or even momentum. And I agree with you guys. I do believe that you gotta let Draymond be Draymond. He knows that fine line to tread, and he knows how far to go with it. But sometimes it's just unnecessary. But you can't take that away from him, because then you'll take the fire out of him too. But let's see how many. Let's see how many. Let's see how many technicals he had. Did you find it?
I'm just pulling up the reference now with
Okay.
Draymond.
I didn't think he had
He
that
did.
many already.
He did joke that he wanted to get to 14. That was an article posted last month.
He don't
Okay.
have 13.
Well, it's the total amount for the year or something like that. But
Right.
No,
but,
don't the playoffs start a new one?
but let's assume, yeah. But I think you can only have like four or something, or on that fifth one you get suspended a game or something like that. And I believe he has four. If anybody knows in the chat, you can always put that in the chat. And speaking in the chat, I put Poppy Blanco's Instagram. I'm also going to put his link to his YouTube page. Please like and subscribe to my man's page. It's lit over there. And so I guess so we actually can agree that Draymond's not doing too much.
Okay, so
Nah,
he
he's
has
not
2
doing too much.
points. He has,
Go ahead, Cat.
according to this article from, let's see, game 1 against the Grizzlies, he got a flagrant 2, which was worth 2 points.
Uh-huh.
And let's see, he's only one flagrant foul away from having to serve a 1-game suspension.
Mm-hmm.
He served a suspension already, but that was for that action. But the points still carry over.
Right.
So he's
one
flagrant away.
Oh, he's one flagrant. Okay, so he might be able to tread
away.
the flagrant. He might be able to tread the flagrant waters. But if the game get tough, you guys are saying that Boston is supposed to be so tough and all that, so he might get a flagrant. I hope not, but I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine.
He'll be okay.
Because Steve Kerr's a good coach, and you said he knows where the limit line is and things like that, and that's what's important about having a good coach. And speaking of a good coach, here's a question that popped up: do you guys think that a woman would be able to coach an NBA team to a championship? And if so, when?
I can't give
I'll
you
go
when.
last.
I can't give you when. I mean, from everything I had read about Becky Hammond serving under arguably the GOAT, Greg Popovich. I mean, Greg Popovich, you can't get a better endorsement than Popovich, and he's one saying that she can do it. I could see there's a lot of women out there with a lot of basketball knowledge that they can share, and on a professional level, I mean, if the GM or whomever brings whomever in, whether it be a Becky Hammond or any female you want to name, like even go from the college ranks, um, you bring any of them in, you'd be wise to just act like a professional, do the job, and go out there to win games, whether it be a woman or a man out there or whatever. But when that's a variable that depends on when women start to get hired, and that starts to become more of a norm and not the outlier, I would say.
Okay.
All right.
You agree,
That's
Steph?
that's the point. Yeah, I mean, 'cause they got to get to a point where they're getting hired as assistant head coaches and things of that nature. They can't just be back on the bench. I mean, they do that to minorities now as they try to put them in positions where they telling us, oh, well, we're hiring them, but they're really not in that position, so to speak. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's gonna come a time the way society is nowadays and the way things are going, it's gonna get pushed towards that point. But I mean, it's just a test of time to see. I mean, it's a lot of women out there with the knowledge, but the thing is, are they gonna be able to communicate with men and get them to understand that, you know what I mean? At some point, I'm not your I'm not your superior. I'm your coach because you know men have a hard time with really taking orders from women, so to speak. And that's just speaking reality. So, I mean, I believe it can happen. And, I mean, if they get in the right, if they form the right culture when they get their head coaching job, it could happen. So I think it's gonna happen soon. No, because they still not in that position to where they assistant head coaches and defensive coaches or offensive coordinator coaches on the basketball court, per se. You know what I mean? So it's gonna have to come to that point where they're doing that, and then at that point where when they're doing that, then it gets to that point where they can go ahead and become it. So
Yeah, me personally, man, I don't think so. And that's a dangerous thing to do, actually, like having a woman coach a NBA team, because you can look at it two different ways, legally, and let's start with the legal part. It's kind of playing with fire, having a female in a man's locker room. I have been in the NBA locker room before, just for a little bit. Those guys, those guys being there, um, you know what I'm saying? Like just talking like guys and stuff like that. Some of them they be like butt ass naked, go to the shower and all of that. Do you want to include a female coach into that? I don't think so. Then let's just say, for the sake of the argument, they hire one of these girls, one of these women to coach, and let's say they fire her because she went 20 and 75, something like that. Now you're gonna throw down, these women's gonna start suing the league, talk about indiscrimination, stuff like that, and they most likely will throw the sexual harassment in there just because, let's say, the general manager might tell her, "Oh, you look nice today." It's like we seen stories like that every day. I don't know why NBA franchise would sign up for that kind of with that kind of activity. I wouldn't do it. Um, and number two, bro, man, he just not a when you hire a coach for somebody. I never made it to the NBA, nothing like that, but I play sports, high school level, and I got a scholarship and all of that, right? When you hire a coach, man, that man's supposed to be to lead man, bro. And I don't think a man gonna look into a woman to lead him. That just look crazy. It looks weird. Can that happen in a Fortune 500 company, like one of those company? I don't know what company you want to name, makeup, whatever. Yes, I could
Yeah.
see a woman be a CEO, stuff like that. We
Yeah.
talk about sports here, bro. We talk about men getting paid 30, $40 million. Do you honestly believe they're gonna listen to a 5'3" women? Come on, man. No, that's
Yeah.
not gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the army. In the army, I don't know if the rule still exists, but in the army before, women couldn't be generals because, like, you're supposed to have a man, a masculine alpha straight dog as a leader, bro. And women don't got that kind of that kind of attitude like that. Imagine a woman trying to tell Kevin Durant or LeBron like have to run plays and stuff like that. I don't think they would listen.
Right. Because he barely listened to the coaches he got now. Because he is
Exactly.
the coach. Yeah. And the thing about it is when you hire a coach, you want to hire someone that is a leader amongst men. And that's why it's important of who you hire, because they don't respect certain coaches in the league and they respect other coaches in the league because of which we would define their alphaness, right? And so it might be a little hard to understand men in that fashion where a woman might come from a different perspective, more emotional perspective, and
Facts.
and and then that may soften the game to some degree. So I think as far as like the camaraderie and all that, and the vibe and how the continuity of the team, I think it could have some potential harmful things to occur, because like you said, all it takes is one sexual allegation and
That's it, bro.
it's over. It's over. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right, so I got
and,
a question.
and one last thing, and it's not about the IQ. Of course they
No,
might
it's not
have,
about that at all.
they might have the acumen to play it because they played the sport at a high level, even at a WNBA level or something like that. So it's not so much of that. It just have more to do with the dynamic of man and woman in a male dominated sport. Go ahead, Crutch.
Okay, yeah, I got a question for you and Poppy. So how do both of you feel about the Big Three basketball league that Ice Cube got going on? Because
I
he
love
got a
it.
number of head coach females in there, and they winning championships. And so I don't see no females playing on the court, but I see them coaching them dudes.
But there's no real coaching going on at that, bro. I
For
mean,
real. And that
Okay, well, I mean, if you say so, I don't know. I'm not on the floor, but I see them up there with their paper. I see them up there talking to them. I see them up there hollering at them when they playing. I mean, I watch the games too, just because
I
I
love the
like
league.
watching sports, so I watch all of it. So I mean, they
I love
not
the
just up
big.
there walking up and down the court; they getting in them dudes' face too. But it seems like they respecting them in that league. So is that league a bullshit league, or you know what I'm saying? What's going on with that? How do y'all look at that?
well,
Because it's female coaches that's winning in that league, coaching men.
it's not a bullshit league. It's a novelty. It's not professional sports. There's different levels. Um,
Yes.
it's a novelty. I mean, like, I'm not saying men won't even listen to coach. There's football coaches that women are coaching on. I've had a woman coach before playing football. Um, the thing about it, and it that was an experience within itself that I could really talk about. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like this. As a player, you're gonna respect another player or a man that's been through similar what you've been through, right?
Bingo.
And so then as a woman, she hasn't never played in the NBA. Sure, all coaches haven't played in the NBA, but what I'm saying is if it ever comes down to playing for an NBA coach or a WNBA coach, I'm pretty sure men are going to choose the NBA coach, whoever the NBA coach is. And I just think that's just a perception of it. Now, can it ever happen? I'll say yes. But what I'm saying is maybe next lifetime. No hard feelings.
I
So
don't see it, bro.
I can
I don't
see.
mean okay. What
Yeah, go ahead,
to
brother.
answer my main question, bro? The big three, bro. Is don't get me wrong. I love that league, but you gotta
Me too.
understand that Ice Cube. I watch the games. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta understand that that's not real basketball. This is a bunch of 50, 60-year-old guys playing stuff like that. They're only playing at what? At maybe 30, 40%. We throwing
Come on.
let's throw the age on top of that. It's no.
Throw the
So
age
what
on it,
I ask
Poppy.
you,
Them
what
dudes ain't that old, bro. They got young cats playing in that league now.
I
When they
Okay,
mean,
so
that
first
you're
started,
right.
they
You're
might
right.
have been old,
They
but
be like,
now they got young cats playing in there.
well, 40, 50.
they might be
No,
like
they're younger than
35,
that.
40 retired NBA players, but in real life they be like 60 because they got so many miles on their legs. So they're only playing half court. And what Ice Cube is trying to do, he's trying to bring the entertainment. Ice Cube trying to get fans from every angle he can. You see what I'm saying? So he included the women because he want the women to, oh, look at women coach. I'm gonna go see my homegirl Lisa Leslie coaching. But that's not real coaching, man. Like, let's keep it 100, bro. She drawing one or
So
two plays, and she just encourage. She's like a cheerleader in a way. Whoever is coaching those guys, you like,
Hey,
they're not really playing like
so
that.
that's what LeBron and KD need. I mean, not LeBron, but Kyrie and KD needed then. Because Kyrie said he didn't need no, they don't need no head coach. So they should have put a female coach over there so they can get the female audience along with everybody else and let them just run the team.
but the NBA don't need that though. They don't need that. They
Why
don't
the
need
Actually,
to.
they
NBA
do.
need more? They need. You can never say you don't need no more fans.
No, they don't.
They always,
I'm
all of
saying,
them need fans. Even the
uh,
NFL,
what I'm saying, they
all
don't
of
have.
them need
They
fans.
don't need. They don't need to do something like that to generate fans. That's what I'm saying. The
But
WNBA
why
Yeah.
wait till you need to do it instead of doing it now and get ahead of the curve? Right? What's
Be
the point of
because
you
there's
waiting?
proactive
a
and not
problem.
reactive.
Because it's not an issue, and it's not
The
gonna. It's
NBA is global,
So
bro.
if you're gonna wait
That's
not.
the
for it to
answer.
be
The
an
NBA is
issue, then you're
global.
gonna attack it.
It's not. It's not even a foreseeable issue. Like it's not like we don't really at the end of the day, men's sport don't need the woman element in it. Now, what they are doing a good job is implementing women into the NBA, like with the sports announcers, like the sideline reporters, maybe even some like assistant coaches or something like that. But what I'm saying is they don't need to do that to make the league thrive. I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about even into the future. They put more stock in European players before they'll make a women coaching be a priority. So it's not like WNBA where you try things to see if you can make it
Yeah.
catch on. So that's the difference between the two. And like I
And
said, I'm
why
not. Go ahead.
and and why are we worried about women coaching the NBA? Like, yo, don't you wanna why don't you coach your league, which is the WNBA? They need all the help they can get. And no, hear me out. Like if you saw like Popovich and he like give an endorsement to this woman. What's her name? Like Mia Hamm, something like that. What's her name? Becky Ham.
Becky Hammond.
Becky Hammond, yeah, like, yo, why don't you start the WNBA? And if you go over there like 72-0, then we might be up to something. How are we gonna just put her to coach the man? Popovich, he just saying the right thing. He probably even believe it. Like, come on, man. He knows how
Well,
hard it is to coach this
you
guy.
get
He knows that.
he gave her the endorsement. She's the head assistant coach, but she just left. She is the head coach now of the Las Vegas Aces, the WNBA
How
team
they
in
doing?
Vegas.
How
Pretty
they
good. They're
doing?
expected to win the title.
Well, I will have to see the kind of talent they got over there or something. What would I don't even know what is her philosophy or nothing like that. Is she offensive coach? Is offensive coach? I don't know nothing about this. It's just overall, that's not a good move for the NBA, bro. And I'm pretty sure a lot of owners would tell you the same thing. Like, yo, I don't want to touch that. I don't want to have my Los Angeles Lakers or my Golden State Warrior involved with no sexual harassment
Right,
cases. That's
right.
no fun, bro. They taking draft picks and all of that, bro. Why would you
Oh
want to sign
yeah,
up for that? You would
yeah.
have to create a whole office to this lady across the street just so she could be isolated, just so she don't be in the locker room with the guys. Now you asking this guy to start behaving like a woman because now the coaches are female, so they cannot be playing rap music. They cannot talk like man. Like, come on,
Right.
man. We doing.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
this shit. Like they be trying to do too much, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like if you that good, I believe she should be coaching the women and the men should be coaching the men just to keep it clean on the legal aspect. That right there alone should be good enough for me.
yeah. So, what do you think about men coaching WNBA players?
To be honest with you, I don't like it, but I get it because at the end of the day, if I don't know if any of you have been on the WNBA. I have. I went to a WNBA game a couple times, man. It's a completely different game, bro.
Yes.
Like it's basketball, but it's two completely different type of basketball, bro. Like In the main part, you know how the men get down, stuff like that. But women, that thing is boring. They walk, they cannot shoot, they're not fast. Bro, it gets yo, listen, I remember I forgot what year it was. I went to the finals. Man, I couldn't wait until that game was over, bro. I was like, what the hell is this? It just and then they haven't do nothing to kind of like make the game more exciting. I believe if they bring those rings lower, they will have they now you need to see women dunking, bro, often. You see what I'm saying? I believe if they made the 3 point line shorter, the game will get more exciting. You see what I'm saying? You got to make changes like that. I don't think they want to do any changes. That's why that league always loses money. And thanks to the NBA, they're even in business because the NBA players take a baby cut so the players can get paid.
Right.
But people don't mention that. People don't mention that. But now we're gonna put this girl to coach the man. Do you know how crazy that thing? Do you honestly believe a general manager gonna attach his name to something like that, bro? Like, yo,
Uh,
I'm trying to be a general manager for 10 years, man. I don't want to get fired next year with her. Because you know
right.
when they fire the manager, you know who's leaving next.
Yeah, the general manager.
Exactly.
Whoever
I
made
don't
that
want to have to sign
decision
up for
gotta
that.
go. Right. Whoever got made that decision gotta go. Hey, shout out to the network. Shout out, welcome, gentlemen. He said he ain't gonna lie. I need them cheerleaders, and I ain't gonna lie, we need them too. And so what you and I do agree with you on that. Like it's just not enough upside for it, And um, women should coach women, and men should coach men. I think, because and the thing about it is when you try to make them be the same, then that's what ends up being a problem because it's not the same. So they should lower the rims, maybe make the 3 point line shorter, and then that'll make the game more exciting because the game has to be more fundamental because they can't play above the rim. They have to play that way. So if they make some changes, sure, it would not be like the NBA, but it would make the game more exciting. What do you guys think?
It just for me, bro. It kind of made me sick to my stomach, like how we trying to include the women in the men's sport and the men's sport and the women. Look what happened about how was it 2 months ago when this guy that turned into a man became a swimmer. He sucked as a man swimming. This man was ranked like 462, right? This man decided to be a woman. All of a sudden, this man broke the record. Did you see the race? The swimming race?
I didn't see the race, but I heard about it.
The
Bro,
NCAA championships.
bro, let me tell you something, bro. He beat everybody by the second person came 42 seconds later, bro. Do you know how much of the difference that is on swimming, bro? 42 seconds, bro. But it doesn't seem too much, right? But I'm gonna
Yeah,
put it
That's
to
a
you
lot.
like this. When you run
That's a
track,
long time.
it's almost like
bro, listen, when you run track
That's a
and you beat
long
somebody by
time.
when you run track, let's just say you're running track and you beat somebody by 2 seconds, that's a big ass difference, bro. People don't know that, but that's a huge difference, right? In
it is.
swimming, is the same thing, bro. He overlapped these people by 3 laps, bro. And
Right.
then that's what the sports is trying to do now. Oh, let's include the women with the men. The men. No, man. Let the women have their chance on their own. It's already hard enough for them, bro. Why you want to do that to them, bro? Why? Why? I got a little girl, man. I don't want to see my little girl competing against a 6'2" guy girl that decided to be a girl that day, man. Like she ain't got no chance to win.
She been
No
fighting her
chance to
whole
win, bro.
life to win, and
You
then she
right.
got that.
The man body's better. I mean, it's bigger, stronger, faster. There is actually listen. In the person that kind of validate what I'm saying is Venus Williams, man. Like I remember they asked what was this guy John McEnroe, right? They asked him like, yo, if Venus Williams play men tennis, what happened? The man said she would get beat by everybody. She would be ranked number like 600.
She
They were
she
killing the man. They
she
were
even
killing the man, bro. Hold on,
yeah,
they were killing the man, right? And then 2 months later, they asked the same question to Serena Williams. Like, what do you think? What John McEnroe say? Like they say every man on the tennis game they will beat you. And she was like, yeah, he right. Every single man will beat the hell out of me. 6'1", 6'1", 6'1". So
yeah.
even she know, and she's the GOAT when it comes to tennis on the female side. So even did she tell you that, bro? She should like she know a little bit of something of the sport. I'm gonna assume that. But
So
people, we trying to change the whole equation of the sports now.
So that would be a bad business decision if you was a GM.
Terrible, bro.
Before we pivot, if you was the GM, Crutch, and you had a woman coach, and she was, would you? I'm just making it plain. Would you hire a woman coach right now?
Nah, bro. Nah, I can't do it, bro. Because
Not right
first
now.
of all,
I
my
can't
job,
see it right now.
my job security will be attached to her job security, and bro, that is the environment. I can only imagine that kind of environment that would be the locker room, man. Like this guy gonna go from listen to Future or NBA YoungBoy. She come in the locker room, they can't even listen to that music no more because she's there.
Right.
And you know how this motherfuckers rap, right?
Right.
And it just some, and that's not good for the psyche of the thing, bro. I just don't. Me personally, I don't see it, bro. I wouldn't do that to myself. I know I wouldn't do it, and then ain't got nothing to do. I know whoever might listen to, oh, puppies and misogynist. Nah, man. I want the
No.
women to win on the women's side. Let the
Right.
men win on the men's side. I don't think the women should be leading men anyway.
Right.
That's already the wrong equation right there. That's like my grandma didn't leave my grandpa. Man, my grandpa would have lost his mind. No, that's not how it is, bro. We trying to make the unnatural natural nowadays. That's the problem. That's the problem.
What you think? What you think, Josh?
I think if it's based on resume, the female that's done the work. Becky Hammond had been an assistant coach for 8 years. That's something there that she's had the experience of being in the locker room. I understand Poppy's concerns. As a GM, the contract would probably be something that would read like, here's what to expect. Here's what the workplace is going to look like. Here's the expectations we have set for you. Here's grounds for terminating, all that legalese. But I do want to read a quote. You can't play, you can't play. If you know the game, you're always accepted. If you don't know the game, it's all about your knowledge of the game. It shouldn't matter if you're a male or female.
Who says
LeBron
that?
James said that.
Oh, yeah, that goes out the window.
Who said that? I didn't hear that last part. LeBron, come on. Well, listen, man, we cannot tell everything what these current players say because they're always gonna give you the political correct answer.
The socially correct, not even the politically
Exactly, bro. So
Yeah,
the
bro,
last
you can't
people
say
you
that,
want to
bro.
listen talk about like politics and stuff like that, it will be players. I don't listen to them when it comes
I
to
don't
that.
know. Some of that stuff that went on with China and all that, he kind of stepped in a little bit there. He has in the past, and there's been other players that have done some
I
stuff.
remember
so
when they caught the guy.
sometimes.
Go ahead, my bad.
I mean, there's been times, so we can't. I mean, is it the PC thing? Sure, but my question to you is, he is sincere. What if that really is his mindset?
Let me ask you this,
What
Josh.
if that really is his mindset, though?
It probably is.
Let
It
me ask you
probably
this
is.
real quick before I go, Josh. Josh, do you think the way Popovich is, Popovich is in your face kind of coach, right? Do you think a female can do that in the man in playing like coaching NBA thing? Because Popovich, he don't care if you are Tim Duncan or bench player number 10. He
Right.
gonna be in your face. He gonna bench you. Let's just say Hunger start doing that. Do you know how degrading that is for women to do that to you, bro? Do you think that thing is gonna go anywhere?
Hey, first, I'm married, so I get degraded all the time by my wife. So I mean,
That's
that
different.
is what it is.
That's different,
That
bro.
is what it is.
That's different.
I have female bosses that can tear into me at my employment as a professional. It's how you handle it as a professional. That comes back on you as to how you are as a professional, not as a man, as a professional. I mean, as a man, that can hit you a little bit pride wise. So can being called a scrub and seeing that stuff all over Twitter and national media, regardless of who it is, whether it be a female writer, a male writer, whomever. I think it comes back to how you handle yourself and conduct yourself as a professional. This person here was hired to do a job, to coach. They draw up these plays, and if they work, we all look great. They look great, and they get propped up. If it don't work, Well, I look bad, and they look bad, and then eventually, because I got a more secure contract, being that it's all guaranteed, someone's going to lose their job, and more often than not, as the saying goes, it's harder to fire 5 to 10 players than it is to fire one coach.
Well,
At
Actually,
the end of the day,
actually, Josh, the players always stay, and the
I
coach always go.
I
right?
got
But the saying is that the way it is with coaching rates, it's high turnover, such as hockey and basketball. The theory is it's harder to fire
Yeah.
5 to 15 guys on the roster than it is to fire one coach. Or in football, it's harder to fire 53 players that performed like dog crap this year instead of the coach that they went 3-13.
I have one name, Latrell Sprewell. Y'all know
Choke
right?
I
that
remember.
bitch. Choke
Hey,
that.
yeah, so when a men's sport is highly testosterone driven, and it's one thing when you have Popovich, you like how we keep calling him Popovich, uh, is in your face and it motivates you differently from a man than it would if a woman is trying to do that same thing to you. It's going to get taken differently because of the testosterone environment. That's why I think there'll be an issue because now you're going to try to like matriculate that down into something else, and I think that is where you lose an edge because testosterone is an edge in sports. That's why they don't want you to have those enhancing drugs for testosterone. So what I'm saying, just based on a biological level, it could create an issue. And
Is that why the Washington Generals is losing then? Because
who?
they got female position coaches on the sideline that's coaching,
No, I'm not going to say
and they can't get it right.
I'm not going to say correlation is causation, but what I will say is that it might not be as beneficial as it may seem on paper. That's what I'll say. And so what we
So you so in other words, to the layman people that's watching the show that don't understand what you said, you hedging your bet,
no, I'm not hedging it at all. I'm not
Well, your
hedging.
goat, your top
All I'm
five player
saying
of all
is
time has
you
spoken up
hedging your
about
bet,
all I'm
right?
saying all I'm
Because
saying
either it's right or it's not. It's either one. You can't have both. I
no
mean, we
no
got females
I'm not
coaching
trying to have both.
football and position coaches right now. They doing it right now. They
games
you
too.
got
There's
yeah.
more than one
So I mean, come on.
there's more than one reason why teams don't succeed. Like because not every coach, at least half the coaches in the league can sincerely coach. They all can't win. So I can't say, well, because they have a woman on their team, that's why they're losing. No, we're just talking about somebody that's the head coach, the leader of the team, the leader, not an assistant or something. We're talking about the leader of the team, the face of the team that represents the head office to the players. And I'm saying in that dynamic, it's a little different. Being an assistant is different. You can it can happen. And I'm not saying that it should never happen. I'm just saying right now is not the time. That's what I'm saying.
All right, as me, as a person who wagers, shall we say, a little bit of money here and there. I play poker and I sports gamble from time to time. If you're
Mhm.
asking me, would I bet on it in a futures bet happen in the next 5 to 10 years? I would say no. In my lifetime, I mean, I'm going to be 39 years old tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
I
Happy birthday, bro.
appreciate it, gentlemen. Appreciate it. It could happen. I wouldn't rule it out in my lifetime. five
Right.
to 10 years, I think we'll start to see it more transition. I think with Becky Hammond and a couple of these other female assistants that have gone through the rigors and they've been part of the interview process, like Becky was it for the Portland job. I think once that becomes more commonplace and they get more of an opportunity to maybe get themselves integrated into the coaching ranks, it could happen. And your boy, your GOAT, top five, Steph, my man Steph over there had said about, wanting that for his daughters. And if your GOAT, I mean, I know you just disproved LeBron saying something, but your boy Steph going on and saying about how,
He
hey,
don't
we
know
need
what
to
he
make this happen.
he don't know what he's talking about either. Like I'm with Poppy Blanco.
Oh,
Don't listen to these players. They don't know. They just saying whatever sound socially all right. Steph Curry think it's
that's
all
a
right for his
man.
wife. he think it's all right for his wife to have a what she
Hey, 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 hey. What I
relationship.
tell you
Two
about that
daughters.
the other day?
So,
What I
so
tell you about that the
we,
other
but
day?
we ain't gonna talk about that. So we ain't gonna talk
Two
about
daughters
his
talking though.
off court decisions. We just talk about on court decisions.
What
All right.
did I tell you about that the other day, man? Quit
Hey,
doing that,
hey,
bro.
so we got like about 20 minutes before tip off, and I promised myself that I wasn't gonna talk about the Eastern Conference Final because Josh said that if we were gonna talk about that wishy-washy finals, that he was gonna mute and everything. So we already know what
Mute
that
it, Josh.
we're
Mute
gonna
it, cause I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
talk
talk
about
about
that
that later.
damn heat.
We,
I'm
we
gonna talk about them damn heat.
we're not about to talk about the Heat, but what we're gonna talk about is this is What the Hell Tuesday. And you guys had a topic that you guys want to bring up that had you sitting there thinking and was like,
hell you doing?
so what do you guys so Crutch, what was the story that you brought up earlier today about you go ahead.
Tim Anderson and Josh McDaniels. I mean, I really don't get it. And me personally, I'm a black man. So
Well, tell
to
people what
me,
happened first.
okay, for those of you guys that don't know what happened, Tim Anderson self-proclaimed him to be the next Jackie Robinson, who's gonna change baseball, make it fun again, or whatever he felt was fun. So him and Josh Anderson from 2019 to now, they've been talking about it amongst each other or whatever, and he been calling him this. The other day in the middle of a baseball game, I don't know if because it was televised nationally or whatever the situation was, Tim Anderson wanted to go off. Okay, now I get it. If he has never called you this before and he just now calling you this, I still don't see how it should be offensive when you self-proclaim yourself to be the next Jackie Robinson. So if me personally, if I was to go on Sports Center and say I'm the next Deion Sanders or Jackie Robinson or whatever, and I'm getting out there on the field and I'm playing like that, and somebody walk by and call me that, I'm not gonna be offended. I don't care if you're a white boy, a Mexican, an Indian, a Jew, whatever, yellow, purple, black. It don't matter. To me, that's a compliment because I know what them people did to get, you know what I'm saying, where they're at and get their names. If you got their name out your mouth, then they did something good. So for you to call me that, that's good. So Josh Danielson, now mind you, he's the Caucasian guy. He said he was gonna give the story. He gave the story on how this became about. Now we still haven't heard from Tim Anderson. Now I want to really hear from Tim Anderson to see, because from what Josh said, it's cool. I mean, you guys been playing about this for a couple of years. Now all of a sudden you got an attitude. So what really happened between last year, this year, 2 years ago? I mean, what's going on to where now you feel that he disrespected you by calling you Jackie Robinson?
Okay, jump
To
in
me,
there,
if
Josh.
somebody called me Jackie Robinson, I feel it a privilege because I'm doing something.
He did come out today, Anderson did, and say with the claims that the everything going on with Josh Donaldson that there was no inside joke previously, and um, he hadn't had a relationship with him since 2019 when he first called him back in 2019, and he said back then that he didn't want to talk to him. You don't know me, and I don't know you. You don't have to speak to me if that's how you want to refer to me and stuff like that. And apparently he went ahead and did it again this time, and this is what Anderson is saying is the cause of the uproar happening is because he's told him previously, look, as it's sensitive to me for a different reason because in this day and age, this is for everybody, not just a person of color, white people. This is across the damn board, whether it be sexual orientation, gender,
Right, right,
identity, whatever.
absolutely.
In this day and age with the camera phones and social media and everything, if you in your mind think that anything is even skewing towards a gray area, that it could even be 0.01% of a chance that it could be misinterpreted in a way that could be so distasteful and negative and hateful connotations attached to it potentially. Don't say it. Err on the side of caution to just cover your own ass. I don't know what I'm not in Josh Donaldson's head. I don't know if he thought that maybe the way that Anderson said it back in 2019 was in a joking manner, like he was trying to be like tongue in cheek, calling him Jackie, and so he's trying to respond tongue in cheek, like, "Come on, man, don't be calling me that," or something like that. I don't know, but what Anderson is saying today that he came out and said a couple hours ago, if what he said today is true, I mean, I think regardless, Josh should have probably erred on the side of caution. But if what he said today actually happened in 2019, where he told him not to say anything, Josh should have not said nothing. Kept his damn mouth shut.
So you think it was a good business decision on behalf of MLB to suspend him one game?
They almost had to, because if you don't, it's kind of one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't spots, where if you don't, what message does that send? If you do, then we're going off of, hey, any talk on the field can be spun. It's intricacies of the game as they talk or anything like that. They had to do something. I think that they went, if you're going to talk about good business decision, I think this was the smart way to go, where it's only one game, where they could say, hey, we suspended him, even though there was, according to their reports, hey, we spoke to Josh and we spoke to all parties involved. We understand there's misunderstanding, but this can't happen. So you now know this cannot happen. You're sitting a game. Versus if they go too excessive, Players Association would get involved. That can be ugly, because the Players Association, this is what I never understand, if it's a player-on-player incident and you're the union, you're representing both players. So how does that, if you're one side versus the other, and if you go in as a union rep to defend Josh Donaldson, well, how do you feel if you're Tim Anderson at that point? That's my union going to bat for this guy that said this against me. Okay. And so I've always found that to be interesting. I think it was smart of them in a good business sense to make it one game.
Okay. So, Crush, good business decision and all.
So, I mean, this is a tough one, because I don't think they made the right decision, period, because they don't have enough facts. What I think they should have did, and before I get any deeper, the question I heard earlier was, and I'm gonna ask you and Josh this: had he walked by him and said, "You not Jackie Robinson," would that got him suspended a game too?
It probably wouldn't.
See, but that's what we have, that gray area, because you call yourself Jackie, and I walk by you and say, "What's up, Jackie?" And you said that it was never cool for us to say that, but I said that we done it before and we laughed and joked. Now we got he say, she say. Now it's his word is right, my word is right, then it's the truth. So until we get to the truth, nobody should have been suspended, because evidently this has been going on since 2019. We need to figure out first what's going on with you. Who's telling the truth? What's happening with what? Because you can't just up and say, now this guy, and this is crazy because I find myself defending the white guy. But I mean, no offense, Josh.
But the truth is the truth, right?
Yeah, but the truth is the truth, man. I mean, come on. If I done called you this before and we was cool about it, and now because my team is whooping y'all's ass, and now you want to get offended by it.
Do you think it was racial? Let's just get to it. Do you think it was racial that he was saying that, or was it he was just trying to get under his skin? Because in competitive sports, you're gonna talk shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think something like that should have constituted a fight jumping off. I didn't feel like it was like really racial. But do you think it was a racial comment?
I don't think it was really a racial comment. If it was said to get under his skin, then okay, do what you did the next day. Because the whole Yankee Stadium was calling you Jackie, and you hit the ball out the stadium. So,
That's what you should. Yeah.
you know, it's always a rebuttal to that, man. If you're mad about what they doing, then get up there because you coming up to bat. It's you in the picture. So go ahead and do what you do. And then you, like you did last time, you can walk around the bases telling everybody to shut up.
Right. What you think,
You
Josh?
made a
It
big
was
you made a big hoo ha, and now the whole nation is involved in this, and don't nobody really know what was said. No, nobody
well, it
like they
probably was
said,
just that
none of the
simple.
players was mic'd up. Wasn't neither one of them mic'd up, so we don't know what exactly was said. We going by off what both of them said was said. One of them said he said a racist comment. The other one said, "Let me give you the history on what I said
Well,
and why I said it."
well, I mean, it's not rocket science. And he was talking shit to him, called him out of the name. He didn't like. He probably gave him that little nervous laughter or whatever, ha ha ha, whatever, dude. I don't even know him like that. Donaldson already has a reputation of not being liked by his own teammates, so he probably is a jerk. And so he probably, he probably just got tired of hearing it, or he just got tired of dude, and then decided to react. Okay, he was within reason to do that, but what I'm saying is, did his reaction justify what was said? Because like you were saying, like they're poking at each other. I'm sure that's what's when you play sports, that's the first thing they do. They give you a nickname. Sometimes the nickname is cool, sometimes it ain't. You give the rookies weird nicknames. You know what I'm saying? Like what they call.
Right.
I wish I remember Patrick Beverly said something the other day. It was talking about one of the Warriors players, and dang, what is that guy name? And he's like, I'm not gonna call him that. I'm gonna call him whatever he called him. And it's because it's just like a guy thing, you know what I'm saying? So when he was getting under his skin, like Jackie, you ain't Jackie or whatever, dude was supposed to not get overly sensitive about it. But I don't know what you think, Josh.
I want to believe that it wasn't racial. It didn't have a racial connotation. I want to believe that he was doing nothing but the old classic shit talking,
Right.
because there's very few things that are kind of, it's an unwritten rule that you don't talk about another man's wife or another man's woman and their kids. Outside of that, anything with you personally that anybody can Google, whether that be news or anything, is fair game. You see it in the NHL playoffs. Evander Kane has had some issues with gambling and bankruptcy, and he's got a bit of a marital dispute going on right now. In the playoff game the other night, after the whistle, there's some post scrum as you do, especially in playoff hockey. And the player looked at him, and they're chirping, they're going back and forth, and he looks at Evander Kane and Matthew Tkachuk, and he's of a star player of the Calgary Flames, looks at him and he motions like this and says, "Do you want some of my money?" Because Evander Kane having just recently filed for bankruptcy. So there's personal stuff. Like if you put it out there that you say that you're the next Jackie Robinson or anything, you open yourself up to that. Now, I don't know how far Josh pushed that envelope. And Josh does have a reputation of being a bit of a chirper, and he needles. So it could have been to the point of he needled way too much. And if this has gone back from 2019, this could have been building for a couple years where he may have just said it here and there, and he might have just shaken him off. And at this point, it just became enough's enough. Now but to my core, I don't want it, and I don't want to believe that it's racial. That all he was doing was just a needle, just to get under his skin. But it's sad for me to say, I'm not going to be overly shocked if it turns out, if there was, say, somebody caught something on a camera phone or on a hot mic, that it may have gone racial. It's sad that I would have to say that. It just wouldn't shock me in this day and age.
Yeah, hopefully I don't. Hopefully that it wasn't. I think it became that when Tony La Russa said that it had a racial connotation, so it kind of took off from there. I also heard someone say that you don't have a right to call me whatever you want. You have to verify through me what's okay to call me. And I think that's a shift in society because it's kind of like what we talk about any kind of issue now. Like, if you talk about certain things and you don't phrase it in a way that the other person feels uh is appropriate, then you're toxic or you're a negative or you're a racist or you're something negative. There's a title for you. And with that being said, there's some truth to that, but we're talking about competitive sports here. I mean, like that's part of like shit talking is part of competitive sports. And like you said, you leave out the women and the children, and if you in the African American community, you can't talk about their mama, and that's probably everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But I know for sure that'll get it cracking. You know, and that's how I felt like he responded. So you can't tell somebody not how to feel, but at the same time, I think things are just getting kind of a little soft now. So I'm like, what the hell? I mean, like, what the hell is going on with that? And speaking of NHL, which you brought up, your topic for today, ask us what you think about what went on these past couple of days.
Oh, gentlemen. So I don't know about you guys, but I have occasionally been to a gentleman's club. Now, my question to you would be if you have just come off of a loss, game 3 of your playoff series, you're down 3-0, you just lost, and you got a game in less than 24 hours. Do you really need to allegedly, now there's been articles that have come out saying, and the coach has said stuff otherwise, do you really have the need to go to a strip club that bad? Which, by the way, is allegedly what happened to the Florida Panthers Sunday night, early Monday morning, and they come out last night and they lose in Tampa, 2-0 to the Lightning, get swept. I don't know about you, but
Where were they playing
in the
at?
off season, they were playing in Tampa, so they had
Florida.
Tampa.
Oh, they got.
So they was down in
It's
Florida.
Tampa.
They went to a Florida strip club.
Oh, that's why.
But they're based in. Oh, I hear you. But they're based in. This is the Florida Panthers, so they're based out of Sunrise. You could basically call it Miami.
Yeah.
And they went up to Tampa. Games 3 and 4, you know the schedule going in. 3 and 4 is a back-to-back, so they play Sunday and Monday. And Sunday night, I don't know how much we can swear on here, but I'm going to say it. Sunday night, they got their asses kicked.
Yeah.
Their asses handed to them 5-1. I'd have to look up the score. Pretty sure it was 5-1. But at that point, what do you got? I mean, I get that there's some reputations like Florida strip clubs and Atlanta and LA, and up in Canada, Montreal is very infamous for that kind of stuff. But at what point do you,
Bro, we gotta
like,
go
you
to
sit there and
Montreal.
you go, man, what are you doing? You're down. You just took a loss, a bad loss, and then you turn around. Yeah, they did lose 5-1, so I was right. And you you got a game in less than 24 hours for your life, and you sit there and you say, "Hey, guys, let's go to the Peeler."
Okay, to answer your question professionally, no, you shouldn't hit the strip club. I know you might need to unwind or whatever, but when you down 3-0, you about to go.
You already knew it was over.
You about to have a long summer, so even if you did just focus one more game and lost, you can go to as much strip club as you want to. So professionally, no, it's not a good look. It also shows that you kind of like checked out already, and it's just a bad business decision. I would be livid too if I was the coach and found out about that. There's really no excuse for that. I mean, as much as I want to try to make one, there's no excuse for that. What you got?
Y'all want to be soft, bro. Y'all want to be soft.
Bro.
If I'm the coach, I'm at the strip club with them, bro. It's 3-0.
You fired. You fired. You fired.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I don't know.
You see what happened to your boy down there in Jacksonville this year, right?
Right.
But at least he was back in his old stomping grounds in Columbus when he got that, and he was at a bar when he got that. And that was like an off
Yeah.
day. They didn't have a game
Okay.
in 24
I'd
hours.
rather go to a strip club than a bar.
For sure.
I'd rather get caught
He
with
got
a
caught at a
thong on
bar.
my ass than some jeans on my ass and everybody talking about
Hey, what they say on Friday? It was like what, hundreds and fifties, booty or titties. What we doing? We gonna get this money or we gonna get? You saw what won in that movie. So
it.
hey, all right, we got one more minute before the tip off of game 4. We already said everybody getting swept, right? We're already getting swept. So what's the score? Go ahead, Crutch. You go first. You on a big screen. What's the score?
Oh man, dang! The score of this one. Where were you? Still in Dallas?
Yes.
Oh wow. So 110.95.
1995. Warriors.
Come on, man. Why you asking? Silly
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Josh. It's on you, Josh.
Well, I said yesterday, it was done and dusted. They took their heart and their soul.
What you say? Yes, you said what, Josh?
Warriors in 4, the 4 horsemen.
All right.
I got the
okay.
Warriors winning 117. We'll say 103.
Giving them
Okay.
100 points.
Okay. I'm gonna pick Dallas tonight, and the score is gonna be 111-98.
Wow, you're
111.
saying your boys ain't even cracking 100?
Yeah, they're not gonna show up tonight.
That's how you know
I don't
he's
know.
trying not to be biased.
I don't know, Black. I mean, that might hurt your boy Steph's resume a little bit. Can't even crack 100 trying to.
Oh, there we
You
go.
know what I'm saying? Come on, man. What is he talking about?
No, okay. All right. 111.
Nah. Ain't no changing it,
111,
Charles.
102.
Ain't no changing it, Charles. There you
111,
go, sounding like Charles Barkley
111,
now.
102. You're right.
Sounding
111,
like
102.
Charles Barkley now. Come on, bro.
111, 102. All
Oh
right.
no,
The
you gonna
Ernie
give him
Johnson
3
in this
more
panel.
points.
But I'm picking Dallas though. Regardless, I'm picking Dallas because Dallas
I
gonna
already
win.
wrote you down. Me and Josh already know what it is.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Okay.
We
All
already
right.
know what it is.
Yeah. So fellas, any closing remarks? Thank you for coming. I appreciate you guys for rocking with your boy. And any closing remarks? Anything y'all want to say?
Check it out.
No,
Appreciate y'all tonight, man. Have a good one, Josh. Black. Love y'all, man. Stay cool. See you tomorrow. Same
Right.
bad time, same bad channel.
fellas, as always, great to be on. I'll be on tomorrow. I may have a few adult beverages as opposed to a Mountain Dew tomorrow night, but
That's right.
yeah, it is what it is. But
Well,
gentlemen, till tomorrow.
Thank you. And if the Warriors do so happen to win tonight, I will have a gentleman's beverage because we'll be back in the finals. They say I'm biased, but one thing that won't be biased is that we will be in the finals 6 times in the last 8 years. Thank y'all for hacking in.
Sound like the Lakers.
Make sure you subscribe and like. That's why I bumped Magic out. We didn't took his place. Subscribe and like. Go Steph
Disrespectful.
Curry.
Oh,
And
so
if y'all love
disrespectful.
Steph Curry, click like on here and enjoy the game.
Love you, bro.